What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Mastermind Creations Optus Prominion Severed Geist, their version of a shattered glass Optimus Prime. So this was a exclusive at TFCon Toronto by Ages 3 and Up and Madhouse. I was lucky enough to pick one up in person at TFCon. They will be selling more copies of this on the Planet Steel Express website. So this review will be going up at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on July 12th. The pre-order, or the orders for this figure will be up on Planet Steel Express at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on their website. So as soon as you see this review, you want to head over to there and just get ready to buy if you're looking for this guy, because it will be limited and it'll be hard to get. So you have another chance if you missed the convention. But let's take a look at this guy. It really is very cool looking. This is the third version we've gotten of this figure. So the first one was Optus Pex's, which is the regular Optimus Prime or Orion Pax colors. Then we got the black version, the Nemesis version, with the red and black colors. And now we've gotten the shattered glass and the purple, teal, and kind of grayish color. But there's a lot of paint on this guy. I was really surprised how much paint and detail there is. So starting at the head, you have the painted green here for the crest, silver for the face, red for the eyes. You have all of this battle damage kind of dry brushing here on the top, here on the bullet holes themselves. There's three sculpted bullet holes here. There's an actual shattered piece of glass. So I thought maybe it was a sticker, but no, I can actually feel that. So that's really cool. Behind that, of course, is that silverish red paint. You have all of this kind of beige, or I guess copper, dark copper gold color with the teal on top and then a dry brushed silver on there. You've got the green teal paint here and on the knees, and then more silver here, and then silver here for the smokestacks. Down here you got a little bit of detail on these pistons. On the side of the arms you've got some more dry brushing here and here. On the inside of the arm a little more dry brushing. I mean, there's a lot of paint detail. And then some purple here and then silver for the smokestacks. On the side you got purple, darker purple right here, orange paint right there, that same kind of copperish color here, purple paint inside there. I mean, there is ton of paint on this guy. They really did a lot for him. He does have the same articulation as before, but we are going to go over it just so you can see how it works. So the head itself is on a ball joint, so that can go up and down on that ball joint. The neck is on a rotating swivel. Well, sorry, it's on its own swivel, but then the panel itself can go up and down. So you can get way up, way down, side to side, rotation. The neck can rotate, the head can rotate, everything. And sometimes it gets a little wonky, but you can fix it. It's just, it can get a little off on you, but that is amazing articulation. By the way, this is one of the most, if not the most, articulated Optimus we've ever gotten. You have a double jointed shoulders, or here and here. So you can bend to that outer joint, you can bend on the inner joint. If you lift up on this panel, you can get that out of the way, and the shoulder can get way up like that, way down like that. Butterfly joint on this piece here. You have a rotation here at the bicep. You have a rotation here. You can also go out to the side on that. So between the two, you can get it way up. Rotation at the bicep I mentioned. Double joint elbow gets the full bend. You have the full down piece there that kind of covers down. Really kind of cool stuff there. Almost like 3-0-esque type of stuff. Really cool. Rotation at the wrist, in and out. Dice roll at the wrist. Individually articulated fingers at 1, 2, 3 pins. And they can splay out. Probably some of the most articulated hands we've ever gotten from any figure, to be honest. You have a rotation at the waist. You have a side to side at the waist. You have an ab crunch. It goes way down to there. Due to the way they've sculpted it, you can basically get a complete bend all the way down. And you can rotate back and forth at the lower joint as well, because that has its own joints. It's just insane what you can do with this. I mean, it really has everything. A double jointed hip joint, which is really crazy to me anyway. Let's see, let's get this back down. Continuing down, you have hip skirts here that will kind of lift out of the way. They're on a rotating piece, and then they can slide up like this. That'll allow you to get this leg. This leg is on a drop down, so if you don't drop it down, you get it up to there. If you drop it down on this drop down joint, you can get it all the way up to there. So it has a really high kick due to that. You can get it back to here if you, again, use the drop down joint. Out to the side, those are all ratcheted, by the way, forward and backwards, and out to the side. Beautifully done. Rotation at the thigh. Double jointed knee with the little piston piece, that auto morphing. Love stuff like that. Again, 3-0-esque type of thing. And then you have ankle tilt, ankle pivot, toe tilt, and rotation. No rotation, but pretty much anything you would need for articulation. Now you do get a ton of accessories with this guy. So some of the same ones and some new ones. So you do get these arm blasters here painted nicely in this metallic silver. Those will peg in here on the side of the arms. And it does match kind of that roughed up look he has. It looks really good. You also get these blasters. So if you want to use these in his hands, you can pull them open up the handle, and that'll tab into the hand just like any other masterpiece. So there you go for that. He holds it nice and secure. But me personally, I prefer to have these stored on the back. So if you come back to here, you have these panels which rotate. So there's two ways to store this. Let's close this back up. So if you use this tab right here, and make sure you have the right side, this one is going to fit on this side. So you can plug this in like this, and then this can rotate up and down on his shoulder. Now I prefer the other way. So the other way is there's a little slot right there, and that'll fit on this tab right here. And I just think that looks better. It's just, I don't know, for some reason I feel like that looks more streamlined or whatever. So I'm going to put them like that, but you have the choice there, however you want to display it. I just like to have them kind of aimed off like that. So we also get an alternate face. So you get this one here, which is the unmasked face. I prefer the masked face, but if you like this look, you can have that. More of a kind of comic look. I'm not going to put it on there. I like this one, but you have that option. They also give you a replacement head for Optus Pexis. If you want the unmasked face for Optus Pexis, they give you that. That's a nice little inclusion there. And you do get a matrix. I did actually put in his chest. To get the chest open, it's a little bit tricky. So you can fold those down. Lift the arms up on this joint here. Rotate them back, up and back. You're going to push these chest panels backwards, and that'll give you space to open up these chest panels. And there's the matrix in there. It's got a green jewel. If you fold this forward, it's a little tricky to get it in there. It's easier to take it out, but that's what it looks like. Painted with silver, and you have a green jewel in the middle. You can add the handles here. So those will just go on like that. And he can hold this if you prefer. You can get this in the hands, but I prefer to leave it in the chest. But he can't hold this, with his two arms and kind of be pretending to open it. But if you want to store it all, you can take this and put this back in here. And there's two little slots there and there. Now, the best way to do it is to grab a spudger and hold this piece forward while you get it pressed in, and then you can push that back in. And that fits in nicely. All right, so close those back up, bring the chest pieces forward, and then bring your arms back down. But then you can take these, and these will tab into his hip skirts. So everything stows away on this guy. It's one of the cool things about this figure is all of his accessories can stow in all of the modes, which is really nice. The final accessory, which is probably the coolest new thing, is the axe. So this thing is absolutely gorgeous. It's painted beautifully. You got the green, teal, gunmetal, silver, the magenta, and it's in a gradient, so it's a kind of a darker purple, goes to the pink. Just absolutely beautiful paint job. It does come with two handles that you have to assemble. So you're going to take this one, and that's going to go into there. And then this one is going to go into the bottom and make the bottom piece. And there's a slot right here. So if you open up the hand, you can tab that into the hand. goes in nice and secure. I was worried of this axe being a little too heavy, but it's definitely not. He holds it very, very securely. You can grab the fingers around it, give it kind of a natural pose, and that looks really, really good. I love how they did that axe. It's beautiful. All right, then the final accessory you get here is a repeat. I am actually going to save this for the end, but it is a nice wired cape, so you can pose it due to this wire. It is kind of a suede material. It looks gorgeous. It is the same cape that we've been getting, though. You also get a cowl. So the way this works is just stick the head through, then you put the cowl around the neck, and that kind of holds the cape down. So we'll show this down in the final thoughts, just so you have something to look forward to. But that's it for the accessories. Really, really nice job. Now, we're going to get him transformed into his vehicle mode. Since we've done the transformation on this channel before, I'm going to do it off camera, and we'll be right back. And there he is, transformed into his vehicle mode. Really beautiful looking. I love how this vehicle looks. The bullet holes just are perfect. Right in front, right on the grill. The shattered glass right there, that's beautiful. The little cockpit here, that looks good. Overall, the color scheme and the details come out really nicely. You can still store all of the weapons. Now, something I didn't know is you want to slide these sliders forward for storage. I actually didn't know that from my previous review, but there it goes. So you can do that on both sides. Just make sure you slide those forward so it'll fit a little bit better. Like that, and then you can take these, and these will plug in, let's see, on top here. So you can take them and attach them together, and then these will plug in. There's two pegs right there, so he's going to plug into those two pegs, and it stores just like that. You can also take the handles, and they can still stay where they were before, which is the side of the hip skirts there. So you never actually had to take them off. I just took them off, but just to demonstrate. And then, of course, your matrix is still stored inside here, which was the chest. So literally everything except for the axe can store in this vehicle mode. It does roll very nicely. Nice, heavy, solid figure. Fun transformation. Looks good. Beautiful vehicle mode. And for size comparison, there it is next to the Transform Element Optimus Prime. I don't really have anything from the reformatted line, so nothing to really compare it to, but it is not quite Masterpiece size. I mean, the reformatted line is kind of its own thing. I guess it is Masterpiece in terms of its transformation, quality, and deco. But as far as scale, it's kind of up to the eye of the beholder. But there you go for comparison. Final thoughts on the Mastermind Creations Optus Prominion Severed Geist. Let's start with the positives. This thing looks awesome. The color scheme, detail, paint, the overall just deco, really, really well done. I love the actual shattered piece of glass, the bullet holes which are detailed, all the little scrapes and scuffs that are painted in. That looks great. And then this axe is just absolutely gorgeous. With being an exclusive and having something like this is really cool because they still gave you the original two sets of guns, but then you get this, which is just really, really well done. He has quite a bit of paint. I was surprised, like all these legs and this kind of copper paint with the green paint here. That's all paint. It's really, really well done. So you got plenty of detail and paint on this guy. The cape is also really nice, although it's not really new because we got it with the black version, but it still holds up here and it works well with this character. Negatives-wise, I don't really have a lot to say other than the fact that this is a exclusive, so it is limited, so it's going to be hard to get your hands on. But that's me kind of grasping at straws for negatives. There really isn't much for negatives here. So I do recommend this figure. It's a really cool figure if you can pick it up. Again, I'll mention it's at the Planet Steel Express website at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Not specific time, Pacific time, on July 12th, which is the same day I'm putting this review out. So good luck finding him. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.